Okay guys, so I promised you guys a little insight to what's going on right now as far as getting prepared for the breeding season. We start breeding here around early beginning of the year, your January, December, sometimes things are popping up. I like to do things maybe a little bit differently than most breeders. I do all the projects but then also break it down into your different levels that I think the consumer is going to enjoy, and you know, we can keep the price at a very good rate and not really bombard it. The market is a simple supply and demand. Basically, you know, things that are more rare, like your marble dyes, your charcoals, your very extreme line bred stuff, and a slew of other things, they're going to be more higher priced. They're just not as supply-wise high, so the demand, as long as it's there, the price is going to stay high. I hear a lot of people saying, "Oh, the leopard gecko market is in the crapper. It's horrible," you know. And to be honest with you, looking at the books, this is one of the best years we had in probably the last 4 years. It's really climbing every year. So we do see a lot more interest in leopard geckos. We're seeing a lot more interest in the higher tiered leopard geckos, and a lot more new hobbyists getting into it. So with that being said, basically how I break down my projects is I have the lower tier, which are your show pet supply for the consumer. These are geckos like your tremper, your regular trempers, your regular albinos, your regular patternless, max snows, your animals that go for $60 and below. These are, like I said, for the consumer, for pets, and also hobbyists that want to get into it. The next tier would be your medium tier. This I kind of group into your $70 to $300 range. These are animals where people who want to take the hobby to the next level, maybe want an extremely nice pet, they're going to spend a little bit more. Like I said, people who want to get more sophisticated genetics. These are animals like really nice Tangelos, your more mid-range line-bred stuff like your Tangerines, your Radars, stuff like that. Even Typhoons, I guess right now, are coming down a little bit. And then you also have the next tier, which is your animals that go for $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, up to $1,000. Some even $2,000. Believe it or not, there are morphs out there right now that are fetching that amount of money. Again, it's a supply and demand. As long as individuals aren't producing a crap ton of these animals, and then you know they don't want to sit on them, they're selling for really a lot less than what they're worth. That's where the market really goes down. And unfortunately, that does occur, and it occurs in every market. It's not, you know, just in leopard geckos. That's every, you know, bearded dragons, ball pythons, whatever you want to do. It does occur. So that's why we try to estimate we're doing our groups based on that. So that's what we're doing this time of year. We're thinking, you know, okay, I'm going back to the books. How many reigning red stripes do we sell, and at what price? And I want to keep it up at a certain price, so I'm only going to produce so many, or at least I'm estimating. These are live animals. You can only estimate. Some are going to do a lot better than you're hoping. Some are going to do a lot worse as far as production goes. So that's what we're doing. We're grouping stuff up. We added 24 new, no, I lie, a lot more than that. We probably added another 32 groups here, and then this is a brand new ball python rack we put together for females this year, another 13 levels. Ball python wise, we're getting prepared to start lowering these temperatures right after Thanksgiving. So very exciting ball python season coming. Sorry I didn't get to show you a lot of animals in this video, but I want to give you kind of in-depth look about what you know, I would consider us a medium breeder. What we're doing this time of year. What does it take to get a couple hundred animals A, ready, and B, grouped? That's another very important. You have to group them. Pardon me. Every one of our groups has the genetics, how many females are in there, and what male is meant to go in there. So basically anybody, if I'm at a show for a weekend, we have, you know, Sean does come in here and help us out. He could come in, there's eggs in there, he knows exactly where they came from. The genetics are, that's very, very important, is the genetics and recording. So if something cool does come out, you know exactly what the parents were. But anyway, somebody could come in here and they could take off right where I left off with the genetics wise. So we know what we should be producing. We have a lot of cool new projects this year, like, not new, but new and continuing. Your sunsets, your sunrises. We have some really neat G project stuff. Some surprises coming up in the red stripe category. So we have a lot of different stuff. Yes, we did scale down significantly on fat tails. I apologize to everybody out there who really look forward to seeing what we've produced, but Unfortunately, time has become a factor, and we just can't do that many fat tails. They are a little bit more detailed, and you know, the numbers we were doing just wasn't working out, and we were cutting down a little bit on dragons for the exact same reason. Dragons are not that bad for most of the year, but when you're sitting on a couple hundred babies that get fed 3 times a year, it does really build up quick. So we're getting back very hard. We have to the roots of what we do, which is leopard geckos, and we're very excited about some of the ball pythons we're working with this year. So stay tuned. We're going to have some exciting offspring in the next couple of months. We will show you some holdbacks here in a little bit, and also watch the Facebook page closely, because we're going to be doing some auctions on some really neat animals, some of the medium range genetics I was just talking about. So you might be able to get something for a really great price and really build your collection. If there's anything you want to see, comment, text below. The next video you guys we're going to make is a parasitology video, so if there's anything else you want to see, just let me know, guys.